So then it seemed a little weird to recap July, and obviously we're in July 13th, right? Or August 13th, right? So it seemed a little weird, but we're going to go over it. It's somewhat abbreviated fashion as well because so many players are different. But we're going to go over what happened because this is because of now some of these guys are gone. So we're going to get a chance to talk about some of these players. 50 and 59 on July 31st. They had won the last 6 out of 10 at the time, and they were 5th, as they've been all year, in the division, last place. Jackson Holiday, I think, is the reason to watch. I'm sorry about that. Messed that up already. All right, so Jackson Holiday, I think, has been the reason to watch. I think Holiday has been fantastic all year. I think he's been struggling a little bit more as of late, but I think the season that he's had, you got to feel very good about that. Westberg, I think has been good as well. I think Westberg, he's just got to stay healthy. I get the feeling with him sometimes that he has trouble staying on the field. That's not a good feeling to have. When he's on the field, he's fantastic. No problem with Jordan Westberg. I think he's really, really good defensively as well. Gunnar, I think, has been solid. Not enough RBI production. I think Gunner's year has not been as we had hoped. Not at all. I think he's not driving the ball. He is somewhat decent as far as hitting ball. He might wind up with 20 home runs. The RBI total is going to be way, way down from what we hope for as well. Ryan O'Hearn is now with the San Diego Padres as well. He's had a good hit for them as well. He was good at the end. Romariano, no surprise, had a walk-off for them the other night in San Diego, so he was good. So those two guys would have won. I think they could have won Most Valuable Royal had they stayed. Colton Cowser getting back from the IL. Yeah, he's back on the IL. But Cowser, I thought, I think Cowser, again, not as much as with Westbrook, but now we're seeing more and more times where Cowser is banged up. Same with Tyler O'Neill, who's always banged up. Tyler O'Neill definitely has some issues as well. Another guy who was traded was Cedric Mullins. He's gone to New York. He's helping them out as well. I didn't put Adley Rutschman because he really didn't play in July. Alex Jackson and Jacob Stallings. Stallings, I think, is gone from the roster. Alex Jackson has been a pleasant surprise, actually. Alex Jackson has been good. I think he's been hitting a lot of doubles. He's actually driving the ball. He's got that goofy number 70. I don't like that. But I think he's been a pleasant surprise. Not going to go over this too much. Rodriguez is not going to pitch for us. Mateo, I don't think we'll see him. Wells and Bradish, I think we're going to see any day now. You're for sure, I think, going to see them in September. I think there also is a chance that you're going to see Suarez. Rushman, I think, was injured. Now he's back. Maverick Hanley starting to work his way back. His injury was worse than what we thought. Povich has worked his way back. Mountie is obviously back in the lineup. Rivera and Vasquez as well. Westberg was on the bench as well. A lot of these guys are gone. We're going to talk about Zach Eflin, Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer's been good this year. Dean Kramer has been better. I'll give it a thumbs up. Not better than we hoped for. So same with Sagano. A little bit surprised that another team wasn't interested in him, but he was a little bit inconsistent. But I think decent enough. I think he's had a good enough season. 8-5. I think he's up to 9 wins now. Charlie Morton has been gone, traded away to the Tigers. So after the start, good for Charlie, at least getting some value, and I think could be the number one pitcher going forward in 2026. Trevor Rogers, the bullpen. Yeah, Cano and Aiken are still here. I took them all off as Cano and Aiken are still here. Aiken blew the save, has been in the 9th inning role because he's basically the last man standing. He's probably the only guy Mazzolino knows. Cano has struggled all season. Kittredge was traded as well. So I didn't do too much with the ball. I mean, they're not here. That's why I meant abbreviated fashion. In the offseason, they're going to have to build that back up from scratch because there's nothing there as far as the bullpen as well. So we'll talk about what's going on now, but I didn't want to go over that abbreviated fashion because the whole point of the recaps is to go over what happened last month, obviously, and into the next month and see where players are going in the next month. But when you trade away all the players, I felt like, well, what am I recapping? Like this going in the next one. O'Hearn is gone, O'Hearn is gone, all these guys, Morton, etc. So okay, so there you go. We recapped it for you there as well. Let's talk about the DSL Orioles and the FCL. So the Complex League, and we're going to talk about the FCL Orioles because it is time for baseball summer.
Put me in cold. I'm ready to play this game.
Let's do one more. Because that's what the season has seemed like, the Addams family there. FCL Orioles. Let's go ahead and go over that as well. So what are these guys? Dominican Summer League and Florida Complex League. So you talk about minor league baseball. This is the developmental level, the uber developmental level. These guys are the guys that are just signed. Some of them are not even old enough to be adults. Literally, some of them are 17 and 16 years old in some cases. So these are the guys. If you are, and you're looking at the screen right now, DSL Orioles black, DSL Orioles orange, two levels of the Michaelized international system, where these are players from the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, playing professional for the first time in the Dominican Republic, but they're on the Orioles minor league system. You've seen some of them go to Delmarva and go play as well. Look at the screen here. Nikhil Cruz, he's 25. He's the oldest one. Eduardo Torres, which was great on New York Undercover. Eddie Torres, I'm sure it's not the same guy. And Fernando Malenas, I think that's right, 22. So these are the old hits, right? These guys, 25 is exceptionally old for the league. Most of these guys are young, 17 and 30. Elvis Moreno has been there. I think it's like his fifth year in the Dominican coaching to a 17 and 32 record. Okay, so here are the key performers for the Orioles black team. So there's two teams. So the Orioles black, Sterling Menez are from the Dominican Republic. You're going to see a lot of stolen bases. So a lot of these guys are very young. So a lot of these guys are still a lot of bases. Dominican style, you see a lot more of that, a lot more hitting the ball on the ground, a lot more of that. So those type players we see who stands out. Third baseman, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, 271 average. Lázaro Sanchez from the outfielder, 1 home run, 22 RBIs, has 8 steals. Best average I think I saw, definitely the most accurate. He's the guy probably moving up the Orioles. He was the one guy I think was in the top 30 Orioles prospects, along with Ashley Valdez, 18 years old, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. 1 home run, 23 RBIs, 7 stolen bases, and 233 average. Juan Duran, very common name in the Dominican Republic as well. 21 years old. He was probably their best pitcher. Been there a while. He's 21 years old, 2.92 ERA as well. And Darling Valaccio as well, 17 years old. Again, 17 years old. So these guys are like high school age, really playing professionally every day to go ahead and play in the major. So these guys are bonus sacrificing a whole lot playing baseball at a very, very young age as well. Jordan Sanchez. All right, so let's go ahead and go back. Not the FCL. Management appreciates your cooperation. Let's talk about the orange first. So the DSL orange. So there's 2 groups of Dominican League teams. You do see guys, the records there, Chris Moderna, 19 and 31. But the idea is you do see guys going back and forth. From what I can see, the black is the better team, the high team. The orange seems to be the starter team, whatever. They got some older players as well. You see it Valenzuela, they're 22 years old. San Anthony Vizcaino, he's 21. Roel Herrera is also 22. Pitchers seem to be just a scotch older. They take a little bit longer to develop. That's true of all baseball players. So baseball players that pitch actually take a little bit longer than hitters. Hitters, you find out not always quickly, but you find out fairly soon whether they can play or not. Jerome Newell, I think, is one of the probably been their best player during the course of the season. The one with the most accolades, 18 years old, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs, 39 stolen bases. That leads the Dominican Summer League. He's been fantastic. This is his second year there, so he's been really good. I think Delmarva is going to be calling him not too long in the distant future the way he's played. Wolfie De La Cruz, he's there now. He's a signer there at least, but these stats are pretty much from when he was there in the Dominican League for the Cubs, when he was in the trade with Andrew Kittredge. So he's there as well, developing over 300 average, 13 stolen bases. Very young, 18 years old. Hector Campusano, 0 home runs, 29 RBIs, 17 steals, hitting 300. Again, we talked about it. This is how it rolls with a lot of these guys. The speed of the game, it's kind of the style, the way they play. Angel Garcia, not from the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, 17 years old, 3 home runs, 24 RBIs, 20 stolen bases. Salvador Casido, 19 years old, 3.75 ERA and 36 strikeouts. So those are the guys I think you want to keep those names in your mind that can go up to Delmarva pretty soon. You're already seeing that as well. I don't think I have this in here. All right. So we talk about it. Also, too, this year I didn't forget the Florida Complex League. So this is kind of similar. You also see, and I have these guys on the screen who've actually played there this year. Nate George is really moving up prospect rankings. So Nate George has worked his way into being a top 100 prospect. He played at Florida Coastal League. Esteban Mejia from Delmarva Shorebirds. Electric stuff. They're not there now, but you're also seeing, to make the point, Kyle Bradish was there. You hear guys, especially with injury, hey, go down to Florida, work on some things. They're 35 and 24, so they're playing in actual games. Christopher either has playing actual games, but this is uber developmental stuff. So they're just trying to make them better players in a game environment. That makes sense. All right. So FCL, Jordan Sanchez, 18 years old, 5 home runs, 45 RBIs. This is another guy who's been there more than a year and really had a chance to develop. Now he's 18, so he's going to go up, I'm sure. Maybe not this year, but certainly by 2026. Juan Ortega, the catcher. Look, catcher prospects, as we know in the Orioles system. Ortega, 19 years old, got a little while, so he's developed. He's in FCL. Jose Mejia, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, 233 average. Evan Garcia, 1 home run, 13 RBIs, has a 234 average. And Freeman Magvez as well. He also played there, 2 home run, 2 and 1, 12 strikeouts. So not as many really good pitching prospects. Again, even at these super low levels, you're seeing guys that are good offensive players, but not as good pitching prospects. But you do see guys like Mejia, Esteban Mejia, like Maga, it's still very developmental. So, but this is the future, right? You have to develop guys that are 17, 18 years old in Dominican Republic. Very popular baseball in the Dominican Republic, very popular as well. Very crucial that you are involved in the international system and develop these type players. And you're already seeing in the minor league system, these guys are starting to filter up. Sangha Basayo obviously being the biggest one, the most famous one for the Orioles minor league system. So there you go. There are some names that you can look at for the Orioles to go ahead and get squared away. That's what the season's been. As we get to our Orioles report, to do the Adams family theme there, and it's been creepy and kooky the way the Orioles have looked all year long down the stretch. Last Thursday, they activated Rico Garcia and optioned Elvin Rodriguez to Norfolk as well. I, Elvin Rodriguez is kind of like these pitchers, they have no clue what they're doing. They're just going up, down, up, down, up, down. Greg Allen was signed from the Yankees in that same week. They put Colton Cowser on the 7-day DL. Maverick Hanley, they sent to a rehab assignment. During the same day. Ryan Mountcastle activated from the 60-day DL. Tyler O'Neill placed on the 10-day DL. And Jordan Adams was recalled from Norfolk. Good to see Mountie back. Mountie's had trouble staying healthy the last couple of years. I think that's kind of been the biggest issue for him as well. Cowser, I think, a couple times now we've seen Cowser get hurt. Cowser has a little bit of the Bill Ripken in him. He plays very, very hard. Like, Cowser's always running. He's running. I mean, just you call it gutsy, but he ran into the ivy in Chicago. Like, that's a brick wall, bro. Like, you don't necessarily want to do that. So Cowser plays really hard, and I think that's kind of that thing. I call a guy Billy Ripken when he does that as well. Jordan Adams, again, up and down. Tyler O'Neill, he's got a history of this. I mean, being on the shelf as good as he's been. Can't stay on the field last year with Boston, kind of the exception to the rule. In St. Louis, the exception to the rule. But this is kind of the way it's been. Orioles fans got word this week. Ticket prices are going up for a season for 2026 and undergoing changes that may push fans to a breaking point. So the 13-game package, I think, is no more. It's going to be now the 20-game package, and now you have a 40-game package. So very slick. So now instead of paying for 13 games, I'm going to increase the price, and I'm going to increase the time of the package that you have to get to go ahead and do that. So it's more expense. So what people are going to do is they're going to not buy it, right? So, like, if I have the 30-something game package, I'm going to go to the 20 game if I want to stay. If I have the 13-game package, I'm not going to get it. I'm just going to take the individual tickets. I will say this. Fans are upset, and I'm not as upset because I don't live in Baltimore, so I don't go to the games particularly as well. I can say this. You have a bad season like this, and this is just how business is in the United States. Raise the price. Keep going up, right? Keep going up regardless of the situation as well. And obviously the economics in Baltimore, and I don't live there now. I lived there for 31 years. I mean, it's astounding how even me in social media, how nobody talks about that. These people just don't have, I mean, I don't know what people are thinking sometimes to keep raising the prices of the Oriole games and the tickets and everything is all this expensive club. And like, you're in Baltimore. Like, have you been to North Avenue? Have you been to those things? Have you seen all that? So again, I mean, they're not going to listen to that, but I understand why fans are upset about that, considering the season that we've had, and then you go ahead and raise the prices. Unfortunately, a lot of people with money and power and those things are just tone deaf. They really don't think that they really don't understand a lot of times when you talk to them. All right. Sunday, Daniel Johnson claimed offer waivers from San Francisco, selected the contract of Jose Espina and Houston Roth. Houston Roth has been up, down, up, down. I made the joke. Houston Roth, he got fired on his day off because they keep sending him down even on days they don't have games. So he plays well, and he keeps sending him down. So Johnson again activated. Jordan Adams again sent to Norfolk as well. And then Wednesday, they go ahead and assign him to go ahead and Norfolk. Kyle Bradish update. Bradish is expected to make at least one more rehab start before he activated from the 60-day DL. Bradish, we will see this year. I don't think there's any question about it. They definitely want to get him on the field for the next season, so they're not wondering all season as well. These guys, you are going to have to win their off season. Felix Batista and Zach Eflin are done for the remainder of the season. Tony Mazzolino announced to the team on Tuesday. this is a white flag. I don't buy for a second that they couldn't pitch. I think that they don't want to get him hurt, and if you do intend to sign him, or you can look again. Eflin, I think he's probably pitched his last game with the Orioles. I think for sure a Tampa or somebody else is going to try and get him as well. Batista, I don't know. They don't say much. They're not going to say much again. But this is 2 straight years now with Batista, or really 3. I mean, he was injured the year before. He didn't pitch at all last year, and he doesn't finish this year with the injury. I'm gonna think they're being cautious. I don't know, but we'll see with that. Orioles have just managed 8 runs in the last 5 games. This total adds up to 13 RBIs, and the team batting average in the last 5 games is 175. Offense, not good enough. Not good enough. Now, again, obviously, their offense and the outfield is atrocious. But you trade away all your outfielders and the rest of them, right? You got rid of the guys, O'Hearn and those guys are productive. They don't seem to care. You will for sure, I think, going to have Basayo and Beavers at some point in September. I don't know. And again, they're going to say, well, we're monitoring the activity. These guys, I mean, they're getting no offense right now from any of their outfielders. Dylan Carlson started struggling again. I think he was the best one. But Greg Allen was a guy who was released. They're sending Daniel. I mean, there's just not even trying. Again, they have had injuries, but you have guys, I think, better in the minors as well. Jeremiah Jackson was at least good in Norfolk, but he struggled defensively. Sagano, I think, has been good for whatever that's worth the last week. Alex Jackson, I think, as well. So has Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers, I think, has been their best pitcher, I think, all season long, without the question. Rogers, I think, has been, been the bright spot. I think, other than maybe Jackson Holiday, I think as well. Keegan Aiken, look, man, you're getting your shot as a closer. He struggled. I think I misspelled it. Keegan Aiken is getting a shot as a closer. And Westberg and Holiday can't struggle. You can't struggle. And I tell you why they can't struggle. Because you got nothing for sure at the bottom of the order. Those guys are not going to produce. We know. So when they struggle and they've been cold lately, it really is going to show. Who are they playing this week? The Astros, and I think the Houston Astros are really good. I think the Astros, I think you're going to get a chance to see Ramon Urias, who just had a big hit for them the other day. But Altuve and et cetera. So I think they're legitimate contenders. Red Sox, I think they're decent enough. I think they got rid of Devers. I thought that was a mistake. I thought that was a bit of an overreaction. Duran, I think they almost traded him. So it doesn't seem like they're going in a direction, even though the record is terrible. Best player this week, Gunnar Henderson, I guess. Gunnar, I think, was the most productive, as bad as the offense has been. Gunnar, I think, is the Orioles player of the week. Have a good week. Enjoy the Ravens and the Cowboys this weekend. Definitely check us out. All of our platforms, and you watching right now, all 35 of you on social media, subscribe to the Ravery Sports Podcast. Have a great day, guys.